Hey guys, Sam here from fightforex.info. Today's video is about our fxReports software. This is a back office solution for small to mid-sized prop firms that want to engage in forex, crypto, stocks, CFDs, futures trading. So, what is a back office solution? Let me get into that. But for us to understand what a back office solution is and what it does for you, let's try to understand a typical setup of a new prop firm operation. So the keyword being new, because once you establish yourself as a prop firm, this setup is typically not used. It is changed to something like this. But let me walk you through this typical setup for a new or small to mid-sized prop firm. It all starts with you, who is the owner of the prop firm. And literally, trust me when I say this, you have to be a Superman or Superwoman to be able to pull this off. This is not an easy business, and hope that you're up for it. But assuming that you are, the whole thing is basically divided into two parties. You, of course, you and your team up here, and the traders that will join your company or your prop firm. You need to have a marketing site. You need to have payment processing option. Once the traders come to your site and pay for an account, the payment is received by you, and you or your team basically do what is called as account provisioning. Account provisioning is nothing but you go to your preferred broker, let's say XNS or FX Pro or Tickmill or whatever you want to use. Create an account for the trader that has purchased the account. And then you need what is called as a back office solution. So this box towards bottom right side of this image is the back office solution, which is what this whole video is all about. So when you provision the account, you basically need to use some utility, some sort of admin access where only you or your team members have access to this, where you can create or add that account into the main account trading activity database. This database is the backbone of this whole back office solution. On top of this admin panel and the back office database, you also need few other things. You need a utility, some way or some process that will continuously monitor all the accounts from the brokers that the accounts have been created at, and collect the trading activity and save it into the database. It will also do monitoring for various conditions that you have set up for your program. The other key component of this back office solution is the dashboard, or in some cases it's also called as matrix. So this is nothing but another feature of the back office solution where it reads data from the main database and presents it in a dashboard or a matrix format to your traders. So traders can anytime pull up their dashboard and see where they are in terms of the challenge. And I'm going to show you example of this, how our back office solution does this dashboard part. More kind of a back office process that runs along with the monitoring and tracking utility is the alerts or account violation alert system. So you need to have some mechanism, some way of identifying the accounts that have violated your account program conditions, and then alert the users as well as yourself, of course, the admins and your team, that certain accounts have been violated. So this functionality that you need in a box is called the back office solution or a back office system. And we have just the right solution or system for you called as fxReports. And I'm going to demonstrate this solution in a bit, but this is the URL you go to access the current version of the solution. And we will also paste this URL in the description. This is the URL where we have other information like how this works and how to get this software, how to use the software, and then our full service offerings as well. Okay, so coming back to this is when you're starting off. This is a typical new or mid-size prop firm. Once you grow and become one of the top three like FTMO or MyForex Funds or the Fivers or whatnot, the setup typically remains the same. The back office solution at a high level remains the same, but few things change. What those few things are essentially on the provisioning side, you need automation because at that point you're possibly dealing with thousands of accounts every day, and it's impractical for you to manually provision them, which is the case when you're starting up. You're kind of, the Superman or Superwoman doing all of this. But you need automation for account provisioning, which also means that you need automation to insert those accounts in your back office main database. You need a more advanced utility that will track, because now you're tracking thousands of accounts. In that case, the biggest difference is that, as you can see, the brokers are replaced by your own white label or your own brokerage solution. You would typically have a demo MetaTrader server and a live one, and this is your own, so you're not dealing with brokers anymore. That's why all this automation is possible, right? The other thing that changes, which is a small change here, is the report server. So if you're using MetaTrader white label solution or your own server, you basically get what is called as a report server utility, which is where the data gets replicated very, very frequently. So on top of your own main back office main database, you would have this additional database where the trade history data from the server is continuously replicated. So your trade monitoring and activity collection service practically works with the report server, but most of the rest of the solution remains the same. Some of the coding and the programming constructs change because you also get what you call a manager API access, which has the ability for your trading activity and collection and monitoring service to directly interact with your trade servers. That comes in handy when you essentially have accounts that have violated for some reasons and you want to then go to your broker and automatically close those accounts, right? So if you have equity violation or something like that, you don't want to wait for somebody to come and close the account. You want automation because at this point you have a very high scale, high volume, right? So that's the difference between a new setup and an established setup. Okay. So like I said, let me quickly demonstrate our fxReports solution. Here you will see that the solution is what is based on essentially 2 or 3 components. It's a software running on the website. In this case, it's a demo site. You can come here and try it, but typically this will be installed on your own site, right? And then you will act as an admin, or your team members will get admin access. And then your traders will be these members who can then have multiple MT4 accounts, right? So For a new prop firm setup, this is ideal because this gives the ability to do all these things that you need. You know, once you provision the account, you can come here, create or add an account. That is done by, let me show you that functionality. So basically you create what is called as an admin account. You can create an admin account here. Now on your side, when you install, we remove this, so your users can't really create. Once you create an admin account, you can come in and log into your admin account. So I have already created one test account. You can log in. Once you log in, you have these options. So if you go back here, your first job once you provision the account is to come in and create it in the database. That is what you create using this add user. This is the user. So here you're adding the members, and you then go to existing members, and then you add an account for them, right? When you add the account, you basically select what is called a program. So program is the key to all of this, and I will show you in a minute how that works. But you add the account number, whether it's demo account or live account, broker name, and if you want to automatically read their history, which is this account trade activity collection and monitoring service, we have that provision in the software. Or if you want, we can also give you an EA, and you can use this EA to send all the trading activity and monitor that trading activity from the brokers, right? So you have these two options. The other part that I would like to show you is the dashboard part. So when you have an account already added, our monitoring service is continuously going and collecting the information, and it is monitoring and creating these dashboards, right? So typically you can also have objectives, whether they are met or not, total trading days, max loss, equity, blah, blah, blah. These parameters are shown, and also you can have daily reports, you can have the entire trade history and whatnot, right? So this is the dashboarding part. The alert system, as I said, works in the background, and if you have alert, your account basically gets disabled. So let us see if there is any account like that. Yep, so like this account has a violation, so this account has been violated. So you have the violation alert mechanism. It's time our back office solution will also send an email to the user and yourself. So you have all these functions kind of built into this. There's a whole lot of stuff going on in the background, which is impossible to show here in the video, but the software pretty much does everything that you need from the back office, right? The other thing that I want to show you, which is very, very important, is when you add a new program, right? So you can add as many programs as you want. Let's say I want to set up a my forex funds like challenge, and if you go to my forex funds website, you can basically see their conditions. So they may allow up to 60 days for an account. You can specify which email the alerts go to when the alert mechanism finds out that, okay, the account is violation. How many minimum trading days? They have 5. As I know, I have worked very closely with them, so they have this 5. Again, the email to send the alerts to. Overall balance drawdown, they have 12%, 10%, various different offerings. Overall equity, again 12%. Daily balance drawdown, they have 5. And they also have daily equity drawdown. But for a new prop firm, that don't have their own trading server, it's extremely difficult and unreliable to monitor daily equity values. When you have your own server, you get a report server utility which will track that for you. So it's very easy to take it from there and deal with it. But when you're starting up, it's kind of hard. It's not impossible, but the values are unreliable, so it's not recommended. But that's why you don't see daily equity drawdown condition here. And then you can have growth target, let's say 10%. I think my Forex funds has 8%, and then you see, right? So that's how you set up your challenge in this back office solution, which is then saved into the main database. And that is also another utility or function that this admin panel does for you. So admin panel is there, the dashboard is there, and alert mechanism is there, and monitoring. Monitoring is unique for us. You will not find a solution out there that can do this monitoring, especially when you have different brokers that you're using. We can read from any MetaTrader 4 account, any broker, as long as you have the account number, the broker's trade server IP or a trade server address, and at least an investor password. As long as you have that, you can essentially monitor any account, and you don't have to do anything. We charge monthly fee for that monitoring service, but if you decide to use just the EA option, then you don't need to pay us. You can just use the EA on your own, and the back office solution will work just fine. Like I said, this is the URL where most of the pricing information is available. Our other services offerings are available, and please do visit and read through this. Like I said in the beginning, this is for new entrants, so it's priced very, very reasonably. You don't need to worry about too much. We are a 5-star seller at Fiverr. We can do all the customizations, all the updates for you, whatever you need. And we are a full end-to-end, full stack service offering. We do everything for you if you need. Or you can just choose to use the back office solution, and that should be it. Like I had mentioned briefly, we have worked with all sizes and all types of prop firms, from new small ones to big ones like my Forex funds and all that. So feel free to contact us, and we'll be more than happy to help you set up your solution as well. Hope this video was useful for you, and please do like and subscribe. Spread the word. Please refer other folks who are interested in this kind of a solution to this video. We will definitely appreciate it. Thank you very much.